Soviet prisoners in the Gulag built impressive physiques on bread, cabbage soup, and grueling labor. Without tracking macros, without whey powder, without eating chicken and rice 6 times a day. Yet today, gym bros panic if they miss their 200-gram protein target by 10 grams. Here's what nobody's telling you. Muscle growth has almost nothing to do with how much protein you eat, and everything to do with a signal most people never activate. Pattern interrupt. This is going to sound completely wrong, especially if you've been chugging protein shakes for years. But the data tells a different story. Core thesis. The modern fitness industry sold you protein obsession because it's profitable. Supplements, meal plans, tracking apps. But muscle growth isn't triggered by amino acids floating in your bloodstream. It's triggered by mechanical tension and metabolic stress that flip genetic switches inside the muscle cell itself. Protein? That's just the building material, but if you never send the construction signal, the materials just sit there. This is hidden knowledge that old-school strength cultures understood instinctively. Open loop 1. Traditional training method activates muscle protein synthesis better than moderate weight, moderate rep training, even on minimal protein intake. I'll show you exactly which one in a moment. Main content, Part 1. Time under tension, not protein timing. What people normally do, they obsess over post-workout protein windows. 30-minute scrambles to chug a shake. Why it's wrong. The anabolic window has been debunked in multiple studies. Your muscles don't shut down protein synthesis after 30 minutes. They stay elevated for 24 to 48 hours after training. Better alternative. Focus on time under tension during your sets, keeping the muscle under continuous load for 40 to 70 seconds. Why it works better. Extended tension creates metabolic stress and microtears. This signals mTOR activation, the master switch for muscle protein synthesis. The signal is what matters, not the shake. How to do it. Slow down your reps, 3 seconds down, 1 second up, or use pause reps, or extend your set duration with drop sets. Progression method. Start with 40-second sets. Each week, add 5 seconds until you hit 70, then add weight and reset the clock. Here's where it gets interesting. Part 2. Maximum effort, not maximum protein. What people normally do, they eat like bodybuilders but train like they're scared of real effort, stopping 3 to 4 reps short of failure. Why it's wrong. Unless you recruit high-threshold motor units, the ones controlling your largest muscle fibers, you won't send a strong enough growth signal. Moderate effort with high protein doesn't compensate. Better alternative, train to true muscular failure or within 1 rep of it, at least on your last set. Why it works better. Mechanical tension spikes when you push to failure. This activates satellite cells, dormant muscle stem cells that donate nuclei to fibers, allowing them to grow larger. Protein can't do this, only tension can. How to do it. Last set of each exercise. Go until you physically cannot complete another rep with good form. Not this burns, actual mechanical failure. Progression method. Track your failure point. Next week, aim for 1 more rep at the same weight before hitting failure. This is the part most people miss. Part 3. Caloric surplus, not protein surplus. What people normally do, they eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight but stay in a caloric deficit or at maintenance. Why it's wrong. Protein synthesis is an energy-expensive process. If your body is in survival mode, low calories, it will prioritize keeping you alive, not building new tissue. You can eat 250 grams of protein and your body will just convert it to glucose. Better alternative, eat in a slight caloric surplus, 200 to 300 calories above maintenance. Even if protein is moderate, 0.6 to 0.8 grams per pound. Why it works better. Surplus calories signal safety and abundance. This upregulates anabolic hormones, testosterone, IGF-1, insulin. These amplify the muscle building signal from training. Protein becomes effective only when the environment is anabolic. How to do it. Track your weight weekly. If you're not gaining 0.5 to 1 pound per week, add 200 calories. Prioritize carbs and fats around training. Progression method. Every 2 weeks, reassess. Gaining too fast? Pull back 100 calories. Too slow? Add 100. And this changes everything. Part 4. Total food volume, not isolated protein. What people normally do, they drink shakes, eat protein bars, isolate whey. Minimal whole food. Why it's wrong. Whole foods contain cofactors, minerals, vitamins, enzymes that aid protein absorption and utilization. Zinc for testosterone, magnesium for muscle contraction, B vitamins for metabolism. Isolated protein without these is like sending bricks to a construction site with no workers. Better alternative, eat nutrient-dense whole foods, eggs, organ meats, dairy, legumes, potatoes, vegetables, fatty fish. Why it works better. Whole foods trigger stronger insulin responses, anabolic, better digestion, improved hormone production, and higher bioavailability of amino acids. Prisoners and ancient warriors ate real food, not powder. How to do it. 80% of your protein from whole sources, meat, eggs, dairy, beans. 20% can be supplemental if needed. Progression method. Each week, replace 1 shake or bar with a whole food meal. Now here's the method I mentioned earlier. Part 5. High-frequency training, not high-protein frequency. What people normally do. Train each muscle once a week. Eat protein 6 times a day. Why it's wrong. Muscle protein synthesis peaks 24 to 48 hours post-training, then returns to baseline. If you only train a muscle once a week, you're anabolic for 2 days and coasting for 5. Better alternative, train each muscle 2 to 3 times per week with moderate volume per session. Why it works better. You keep protein synthesis elevated almost constantly. This allows growth even on lower total protein, because the signal is frequent. This is the method that outperforms everything else on low-protein diets. How to do it? Instead of chest day, do full body or upper/lower splits 3 to 4 times a week. Hit each muscle with 4 to 8 working sets spread across the week. Progression method: Week 1, 2 times frequency. Week 4, try 3 times. Monitor recovery. Adjust volume per session accordingly. One more thing you need to understand. Part 6. Sleep quality, not protein quality. What people normally do. Spend $60 on grass-fed whey isolate. Sleep 5 hours a night. Why it's wrong. Growth hormone pulses during deep sleep. Testosterone is replenished during REM. Sleep deprivation drops protein synthesis by up to 30%, even with perfect nutrition. Better alternative, prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep in a dark, cool room. Why it works better. Sleep is when repair happens. mTOR pathways are most active. Amino acids are actually shuttled into muscle cells. Without sleep, protein just becomes expensive urine. How to do it? Set a sleep schedule. No screens 1 hour before bed. Blackout curtains. Cool room, 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Progression method. Start with 7 hours. Each week, add 15 minutes until you wake naturally without an alarm. Soft CTA. If you're finding value in this and want more, no BS, science-backed training content, hit subscribe. Let's keep breaking myths together. Here's the system. Train with high tension and effort, time under load plus failure. Eat in a slight caloric surplus. Energy is the signal. Choose whole foods. Nutrient density beats protein powder. Train frequently, 2 to 3 times per muscle per week. Prioritize sleep. Growth happens at night. You don't need 200 grams of protein. You need a strong signal, a supportive environment, and consistency. The Gulag prisoners didn't have BCAAs. They had hard work, enough food, and no excuses. You have more than they ever did. Now go use it.